I guess to start, just how do you feel about your game going into the Western Conference Finals and where you're at offensively?
Yeah, I think I'm building the right direction. It just hasn't been going in, but like I've said a million times before, it's a team game, and everything I do is for the team. So we were getting pushed for the wins and get the wins. So I'm not thinking about that. This is the wrong time of the year to think about your personal stuff. So I'm just playing for the team and do everything I can to help them win or us win, and just play it as hard as I can.
Fourth row, Ryan.
Josh, there's a lot of offense that both these teams can create, but your job is to shut down their offensive players. How do you feel as a blue line and just your ability to take on that challenge that these particular guys are going to create for you?
Well, obviously they play fast and they thrive off turnovers, so I think limiting turnovers the best we can. And then just staying inside your checks, I think, all over the D zone. Obviously, this team throws things to the net and they drive the net hard. So staying inside best you can, trying to limit second opportunities. I think it's similar to the round we just had, though that team kind of plays a similar style where they throw the pucks, possess pucks, throw it to the net, and go to the net hard. So we faced it a little bit in the last round, but I think it'll be a tough test this round too.
Second row in the middle.
Mikko, last round, you guys lost more games here than you won here. Can you talk about regaining that home ice advantage and what it's like to feed off of this home crowd?
Yeah, we know it's important in the playoffs, the home ice, and we didn't take care of it last round, but now it's another series, and we know we can play well home, and our fans are unreal, so they're obviously giving us a lot of extra boost, and now we just gotta go execute. I think those losses, both of them, we didn't have our A game, so it's on us, and we just gotta try to find it at home too.
Far right, Mark.
Josh, those of us that have been around the Oilers for a long time, we were just talking about this. We remember you running around that room as like a 3-year-old. I don't know if you would remember any of that.
No, I don't remember Edmonton. I remember some spots throughout my dad's career, but Edmonton was a little too early on. I think he was telling me that we got traded to Edmonton right after I was born. So I was a little too young to remember being around, but yeah.
I'm sure you've seen lots of your dad's film. What's in your game that was in his game? It's hard to be Dave Manson in 2022, I get it, but what is it that you do maybe that he did too?
Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. I watched some games, but I didn't. When I watched games, I didn't study them well enough. I've just heard from other people the way he played, and I think he was somebody that defended hard in front of his own net, and that's something I try to take into my game. But obviously, like you said, in 2022, it's a little bit different. The way he defended, I think we skate very similar. I've heard. But just trying to play that hard-nosed, tough to play against style of game that I think he did so extremely well back in the day.
In the middle, Ken.
Mikko, what about the quality of the chances you've been able to generate? Is it something where two, or maybe you get one, you might get a bunch?
I think so. Yeah, I think it goes like that for every player. You just gotta get one, and it gets a lot easier. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of chances. It's just you gotta bear down and try to find a way to get it past the goalie. So, but like I said, not think about it too much. Just try to keep what I'm doing, and as long as you're creating chances, eventually it's gonna go in and help the team.
Up front.
Josh, when you're playing a team like Edmonton that has as much speed, especially their top-end talent, how do you toe that line between making sure that you're respecting their speed but not giving up enough space?
Well, I think that's the challenge, right? That's the tough part that you kind of have to figure out is how to set your gaps, but not without giving up too much where they throw it behind you and they beat you with speed, but not giving up so much space that they are able to create off the rush so much. So, I mean, I wish if I had the perfect answer, I think it wouldn't be an issue, right? But that's something that we just kind of have to figure out as we go through. And I think as you look in the O-zone, it's making the reads early. The earlier you can be up and reading where the puck's going, the better off you'll be.
Do a few more questions. Left side.
Sorry. Josh, just what has it been like playing with Jack Johnson, and what has he brought to the blue line since he's been back in the lineup?
It's been great. I mean, I played with him a little bit throughout the regular season as well while Sam was hurt. So he's a big guy, been around the league for a long time, knows the right plays to make at the right times, and he's a strong, solid defender. Obviously a talented player to be able to stick around the league for this long, and he's a good voice. He's got that presence, that calm calm presence on the back end, so you can talk to him on the bench, and he's been good to play with.
We'll do two more. Jim on the right.
Josh, is your dad seeing his granddaughter?
Yeah, we had some good time yesterday. Yeah, he came over, I think, right after they were done practice, and so they played a bunch, and she was all over him, so it was great. It made me happy too.
She doesn't know. How old is your granddaughter?
She's 2.
So she doesn't know anything about hockey?
No, she has.
She's
no
not
idea.
pulling for one side or the other?
Well, she better be pulling for me.
She loves her grandpa.
She does. She does love her grandpa, but I think she better be pulling for me, and we're gonna have words.
Thank you.
Last question in the back right.
Still on your, does the father and son love will take a break for the next few days, or how is it gonna work, like texting, calling?
Oh, no. Family comes first. That's been my dad's motto always. I think it's different because he's behind the bench. He's not on the ice, right? So that's I think makes things a lot different. But family comes first, so we'll talk and we'll communicate. But we talk hockey, but it's never about each other's teams or personal things. So I think the relationship really doesn't need to change. He'll be there for me, and I'll be there to talk to him about whatever. But I don't think there'll be no lines crossed. I mean, we'll keep our secrets to ourselves, but we'll still have that good relationship.
Okay, so maybe like a break for advice, like on your play, I guess.
What's that? Sorry.
Like, I mean, I'm guessing that after a game, sometimes he's calling to give you advice. Is that gonna take a break, or?
No, he never really calls to give advice unless I'm really in a slump and he just can't hold it in anymore. then maybe he'll say something, but it's always short, and he's so good at reading your body language and your tone of voice, kind of to know when to push and when to back off. I think that's what makes him a good coach as well. But he knows, he knows how to handle situations. So there's never too much advice. I think through this series there'll be even less though.
Josh, Mikko, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.